And I'm excited to be here to chat with you.
Hey, friends.
I don't want to hear myself talking though.
Happy Wednesday. It's Wealth Wednesday.
Hopefully you guys can still hear me okay. Hold on. Let me figure out how to not listen to myself talk, but so that you guys can still hear me. If you pop on Facebook, please let me know that you can hear me okay. I can see me okay. Let's make sure that my volume is up. Oh, and I have closed captions going. Yay, me, go Gwen. Okay, so I will watch on Facebook just to make sure that I can see your comments. If you don't know me, my name is Gwen, and my sole purpose, my reason for being here is to help you get clear on where you want to go in life and on what you want to do and what kind of impact you want to leave. I like to kind of think of that as like your legacy, right? Your drive will be huge if you figure out what you want to do and also what you're good at and what you should do, right? Because some of us are just not even clear on where to begin. So that's what I love doing as a life coach. And today I want to talk about how do you know when you should pivot and shift? Because this year has taught us a lot. And it has taught us that in some areas we do need to pivot and shift. And sometimes it's temporary and sometimes it's permanent. But there are a few ways that you can kind of start asking yourself some questions about your current situation and where you are. And my guess is this, right? Like you're not even questioning if you need to pivot and shift if you don't need to. But if you're like, yeah, how do you know when you're supposed to pivot and shift? You're probably going to watch or listen or check it out because you have some sort of inkling, right? Either in your gut or the back of your mind that's telling you like it's time to make a change. And usually this comes from how you're feeling. So a lot of times emotions play a big part in they're like all the part in how we respond to ourselves, to our husbands or spouses, to our kids, right? Emotions are the thing that kind of like center us all. And so one of the things that I think is super helpful when you're questioning, how do you know when it's time to pivot and shift? How do you know when it's time to change? And that can be in any area of your life. The first question that you can start to ask yourself is how do you feel today? Like, how do you feel about your life today? Sometimes it's not a simple answer. Sometimes it's, I'm confused. Sometimes it's, I don't know, but I don't love it, right? You can't really paint the picture, but you know that there's just something that doesn't feel 100%. If that's where you are, it is time to make a change towards something. So if you answer that question, how do I feel today? And you also ask yourself, okay, well, if that's how I feel today in my current state, well, how do I want to feel? Can you close your eyes and think about what your life would look like if you changed something that you don't like and how you would feel by changing that, right? Because I guarantee you, again, if you're here and you're like, yeah, I do want to change. I know something needs to change. I'm not really sure what or how to start or where to begin, but I know something needs to change in my life because I don't like how I feel here. And I want to feel this here. The important clarification is just that you don't like where you currently are and you want to change the status, right? That's all you need to know, is that you're not in love with how your current life is going and you want to make some sort of change. You want to feel better. You want to do better. You want to be bursting with clarity and desire and designing a life that you love, right? That's all you really need to know in order to know that you need to change. Then we have to look at what are the steps that you're going to take to get you there. Now, I'm going to try something. I'm going to try and share my screen, which hopefully I do successfully, because I want to show you this little chart. All right, so I kind of pre-filled this in because I didn't want you guys to have to sit here and like watch me type some words. But I'm going to go through it with you. And I think it's really helpful and really, really important. So this is just a line graph, right? And I want you to think about your life and where you are and how you feel about it. So if we put time on this axis here, so we have spare time up here, and we have no time over here. And then if we put money on this axis, and on this side, we have lots of money. And on this side, we have no money. I want to ask you a question. If you have no money and no time, where are you right here? If you have no money and you have no time, where are you right here? We would call this desperation or distress, right? No money and no time, desperation or distress. What if you have a lot of time and no money? Where are you when you're in this quadrant? What would you call that? You call that homelessness, right? A lot of time, no money. We would call that homelessness. Now, what if you have a lot of time and also a lot of money? What would you call that state? That would be a state of abundance, right? You have an overflowing amount of time, you have an overflowing amount of money. That is your state of abundance. And then lastly, if you have no time, but you have lots of money, I don't know why this looks so funny. Oh, because there's two. No, there's only one. If you have lots of money and you have no time, we would call that burnout. Now, can you see yourself in any of these quadrants? Have you been here before? Have you been here before? The money coming in is good. It covers all your expenses, or maybe it's even greater than that, but you have no time because you're either working to the bone or you're just so busy to get that money to come in that you have absolutely no time to do anything that you enjoy or love, and you're not working towards your purpose because you have no time. Have you been there? I can say that I have. Now, who doesn't want to be here, right? This is the goal. This is the goal. This is what happens. Abundance is what happens when you work on your purpose. You gain clarity. You know exactly what you're supposed to do and where you're supposed to be, and you have time freedom and you have money. And that amount of money doesn't matter. Hey, guys, quiet. Outside, please. I'm on a video. That amount of money doesn't matter, right? You can't put an amount to this amount of money because everybody's situation is different. And maybe lots of money to you just means that all your expenses are covered and you have no debt. Or maybe it means that all your expenses are covered and you don't have to worry about debt because you can pay it off if you have it. Or maybe it means that you are doing so well you don't even have to work, right? Not usually the case, but this is our goal, right? Abundance. This does not feel good. You've got a lot of time, you've got no money. No one wants to be here. No one. What can you do? Money, unfortunately or fortunately, makes the world go round. And so when we get clear on what we're supposed to do and who we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to show up, we know exactly the work that we're supposed to bring to the world. And that can make us money so that we can be in existence in the world, right? We can buy a house if we want to. We can travel the world if we want to. We can put our kids in schools that cost money or not if we want to. You have the money to do that, right? And I bet you that a lot of you have probably felt this desperation or distress. This is when you have no money and no time. No money and no time. So you have no money and you have no time to do anything about it. Well, how do you create time? How do you create this time? The answer is finding your purpose. That is the answer. And that's what I so passionately love helping you guys with. And it's my goal of the group Inspired and Ready for More. That's my goal in everything that I bring you. And I love loving on people and helping them get super clear. And here's the thing, like you can get clear and that can take you, it can take you up here, right? But maybe your vision changes in a few years. And so you kind of do this progressive walk towards clarity and towards purpose. Guys, can you let the dog in, please? Nika's barking. You do this progressive walk, and change can happen whenever you need it to and whenever you want it to. You might say, you know what, like it's time for change. It's time for me to get a new job because for whatever reason, either you're worked to the bone and you have no time and you want to spend more time with your family, or you don't make enough money in that job. So maybe you start a side hustle, right? Which might take up more of your time right now, but you have a long-term goal. And maybe that's in a year of having extra money and being able to pull back at your full-time job. That's part of getting clear on what you want, because we all want to be up here in the abundant quadrant. Right? Am I wrong in saying that? We all want to do that. I have a crying child. So abundance. We're going for abundance. If abundance is on your goals, if abundance is where you want to be, then getting clear on your purpose is the start. It's the center of everything. And I hope that I can bring that to you guys. I hope that that's something that you feel passionate about if you're feeling stuck. So to bring that all back, how do you know you're supposed to change, or that you want to change, or you need to pivot and shift? You are stressed. You are overwhelmed, you are exhausted, you can't see a clear line to where you want to be in life, and things just feel overwhelming. I want to help you get here, okay? I want to help you get here. I want to help everybody in the group Inspired and Ready for More get here. If you need specific one-to-one chatting guidance, I love helping you do that. So get in the group Inspired and Ready for More, because what we have coming is a challenge that is going to allow you to get here. It's going to allow you to get super clear on your purpose. It's going to be an 8-day challenge, and it's going to be super simple for you to do. You're going to have a little guide that walks you through, and you're also going to have daily videos that are not long, okay? But you are going to be able to take the steps that you need in order to move in a direction that you want to be in, where you feel good, not where you feel bad. Because I want everyone feeling good. Because here's the thing, if you don't know, I always say this, but if you don't know, you were born with a purpose. You were born for greatness. You were designed to do amazing things. But if you don't tap into the clarity of who you are supposed to be, of the strengths that you have, of the design that you have in life, we can't get here, because you'll never feel emotionally great about where you are. I hope that makes sense. So if this is helpful to you, let me know. Let me know where you see yourself right now, because you can see yourself in one quadrant and you want to make a shift to a different one. Like if you see yourself in burnout and you want to get to abundance, let's do it. If you see yourself in desperation and distress and you want to get to abundance, let's do it. Anywhere you are, you can create the change. You just have to have the desire to want to start. That's what we do. That's what I'm so passionate about. Let me stop sharing my screen. Okay. It is Wealth Wednesday. It is Wellness Wednesday. Take those questions and I'll give them to you again. How do you feel today about your current situation? How do you want to feel about your current situation? And what steps can you take to start getting you there? And if you're not clear about steps, Inspired and Ready for More will help you. I love you guys. Happy Wednesday. Chat with you later.